All right, and let's begin on that note, gentlemen. And Kithinji Kiragu, coming to you first as the chairperson of the Intergovernmental Relations and Technical Committee Chair, established by the Intergovernmental Relations Act, which sets up your committee as the successor of the Transition Authority. That was in the aftermath of the promulgation of Katiba 2010. What's the progress so far of following the pronouncement by the president? How far are we in terms of those functions that were supposed to be transferred to the counties?
I'm happy to say that we have on the directive of His Excellency, we have had a whole government approach at both levels of government to make sure that by now we have made the reports, which 12 reports for different sectors, where every of the sectors, the state departments concerned, has a report which tells them what they have to release to the counties. Those reports are also with the Council of Governors. And the only thing which remains to happen openly now is the gazettement of those 13 legal notices of the functions which have been transferred to the county governments. And I believe that those legal notices will be out in the course of this week. Yes.
All right, so you have written to the ministries and the state departments in that regard, and your report, how conclusive have they been, and what level of cooperation have you observed from the respective ministries and state departments?
I would say that we have had full cooperation. What we have done is to undertake a very inclusive and participatory processes. So it is not an Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, as His Excellency the President has indicated there. IGRTC, Intergovernmental Relations Technical Committee, has coordinated an exercise. For each of those sectors, we established a team involving officers from the county governments and also the Secretariat of the Council of Governors. We brought in officers from the ministry departments and agencies which are performing functions which should be performed by county governments. We brought in the Office of the Attorney General. We brought the Kenya Law Reform Commission. We brought in some consultants, for example, constitutional specialists, so that there is no doubt about what needs to move. And therefore, there has not been any arguments about what needs to move.
Okay. And what then do you think will be the expenditure here in terms of transferring these functions? I mean, what will be the expense?
Right. Two things. One is the process of transferring money. Well, the Constitution is very clear. Once you transfer the function, you have also to transfer the resources which go with it. That's a constitutional imperative. You have no option. Therefore, the state departments, the ministries, departments, and agencies which are performing those functions have to now embark on a process of telling us what are the resources which they are deploying for that. We did an exercise in this process of in the 12 different reports. We have indicated what we think those resources are. We're waiting to get a confirmation. We also need to work with the National Treasury to agree on the process of transferring those resources, because it's a process. We have had one very unique experience recently in transferring libraries, and therefore there are some intricacies involved in the process of releasing resources from one level of government to the other. But that is what we are embarking on now, because we have transferred the functions. What now remains is to transfer the resources which will go with those. And it is intricate also because it involves, for example, staff. And we recently, under this process of moving staff from the National Library Services to the county governments. And, you know, we got situations where we now need to move even the payroll. It is not just moving the staff, but even the payroll of the person and so forth. So that is the process which now we are going to be undertaking, because the functions have been transferred.
I'll